Asymmetrical games are quite the interesting bunch, and the trend really spawned from good old Forsaken, which it's kind of sucks. But there have been a couple that were around before Forsaken, existed. But Forsaken really just like boosted the actual like trend of like asymmetrical games as a whole, and I want to say that it kind of negatively impacted a certain amount of characters that the game itself holds. It more turned it into like a horror thing, which is what it was intended to be, into more of just like a joke. Let's take into consideration most of the characters that the game uses, specifically the killers, right? Jason from Friday the 13th, John Doe, Cool Kid, 1X. I mean, these characters were myths, exploiters, that type of thing. They were intended to be these scary characters that people, used to dread, used to fear. Like, oh, John Doe, don't play Roblox on March 18th. And Cool Kid used to be the account for a very notorious hacker. And now these characters have been more just used as a cash grab from what it looks like. Have you seen the abundance of YouTube shorts out there, or even TikToks, Instagram Reels? I mean, I don't use TikTok like that, but you get what I mean, right? These characters have been more used as a way to view farm rather than, let's say, be scary. Because they're not. I mean, they weren't scary to me back then, but I'm sure they were terrifying to children. Oh man, the game I was just playing was just hacked. Oh my god, the cool GUI. Like they were intended to be these terrifying characters that you would dread. They would be, something to be afraid of. And that kind of image just died down with all the abundance of new things, new trends and stuff like that. And in most cases, it's not entirely Forsaken, like the dev team's fault. It's not entirely their fault, but it also kind of is, mostly because of the skins. I want to talk about the skins actually, because the skins are kind of they're pretty bad. They're really shitty. I don't know what the hell the glaze is with this stuff. Like, people glaze this game way too much. It is average at best. The gameplay is average at best. The skins are horrible. Almost all of the skins are bad. I'm not even gonna be like lying about that. The only majorly good thing about this game is the music, and even then the music is kind of what ruined the whole game's like aesthetic. It went from being like this scary, creepy, terrifying game where you have to survive killers and not die, to more of just like a casual, laid back, not really scary type of thing, which is one of the things that kind of sucks, because when you compare this game to its predecessor, which is, Dead by Daylight, the game it's intended to, be a replica of, which I think it's doing decently okay. The only thing I don't really like is the stamina, because the stamina management in like every asymmetrical game is just kind of bad. But I don't think it's very much so doing a good job of being a scary appeal. Shock factor, sure, maybe with like 1X's entanglements and stuff like that. It has more shock value than it does like scare value. Nothing about Forsaken is really scary, especially with the skins. Like I was saying before, all of the skins tainted Forsaken's image so bad. Most notably, Bluudude and Mafioso. These characters have been used again and again, over and over, as a way to view farm. And it taints the way they are perceived by children, because they see them on these shorts, on these TikToks, yada yada, things like that, in these view farm accounts, and it just changes the way they perceive them. They don't see them as scary anymore. They more just see them as like, oh, funny mafioso, funny, oh my god, it's cool kid from Forsaken. That's another thing. These characters are going to be remembered as characters from Forsaken. It's great that they're being pushed out there so that they're not forgotten. Absolutely, They're being remembered by the newer generation, but not in a good way. Not in a good way at all. They're being more remembered as like, it's kind of like a Fortnite moment, right? It's like, oh my god, it's Cool Kid from Forsaken. Oh my god, it's John Doe from Forsaken. You see what I mean? Do you get what I'm getting at? I really, really wish that Forsaken just took a different path. And, ever since the controversies with the original developer, the original owner, it kind of just snowballed from there. We've been getting a lot of interesting updates, and a lot of people have been saying, oh, well, the dev team is, you know, better and stuff like that. Well, not entirely. People will talk about how I've heard that the dev team is separate from the people who make skins. So if that is the case, why didn't we not get like new milestone skins for John Doe or 1X? If that's the case, right? Instead, they're focusing on newer skins, and even then, some of the newer skins aren't even finished. Like Hacklord Shaletsky. We waited quite a while for that skin, and it wasn't even finished. It was delayed so many times, and it wasn't even finished. I don't get it. You want to tell me that the dev team is separate from the skin, you know, making team, but yet we get the updates for skins just as slow as we get the general updates for mechanics and killers. Make it make sense. I don't like Forsaken. I never will anymore. I used to like it until, you know, the snowball effect and stuff like that, right? As it just got deplorably worse. The skins that have been added as of recent updates have only just significantly made the game's image worse. It has tainted Roblox in such a way that you are just going to be flooded with seeing nothing but Forsaken cosplayers in every single game that you play. It is the saddest and most deplorable shit I am going to have to deal with for like the next 5 years. And not to mention, like I said, with skins, because oh my god, just a lot of controversy just has to revolve around the skins, right? There are just so many cool skins that the good side of the fandom, right? The good side of the fandom, because most notably about Forsaken is that how awful and how shitty the fandom is, right? But the good side of the fandom will create these skins, these chase teams, all this cool stuff, and they won't even be implemented into the game. Quite literally, most of the scrap stuff that Forsaken had like planned for future updates that have been scrapped are better than the things that we have currently. It's just like the most disappointing thing ever. I don't get it, man. And yeah, that's why I'm stopping with, you know, making videos on asymmetrical games entirely. Each and every one of them are copy pastas of each other, whether you like it or not. It is the same gameplay formula, just with a little bit of additions of mechanics, or they switch up certain mechanics, you know, just to make them seem like they're unique and they're great. Oh man, they're so good. They're not. They're all the same. Whether you like it or not, they're all the same. So yeah, that's all from me. And don't play Forsaken, I guess. And stop consuming YouTube shorts. They're gonna kill your brain. But yeah, that's all. Bye bye.